File out. Put your hands in the air. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Yes.
Out of law.
Yes.
You have the right to an attorney. But if you don't have one, the state will provide you with one.
Come on, go like this.
If you love Nollywood, heartbreaks, betrayals, and small pepper inside friendship stew, this one is for you. But first, before we dig into today's emotional roller coaster, kindly tap that subscribe button right now. Don't wait till someone fixes your own debt before you show loyalty. I'm back. Let's talk about the newly released Nigerian film To Be a Friend, starring Kunle Remi, Bimbo Ademoye, Uzo Arukwe, and Deyemi Okanlawon. A film that tries to answer one question: how far will you go to protect your friend or yourself? Now let's talk about 5 awkward scenes that nearly broke the suspension of disbelief like a bad SIM card during an important Zoom call. Number 1, character resemblance. While younger Tunde really appeared like older Tunde, I'm talking about that resemblance, aura, and vibe. The resemblance of younger Tega didn't tie with older Tega. Didn't tie well, except for the fact that his haircut was still a choice he maintained for years. Mhm. There's this one character. I'm just going to pop up his picture that I feel would have been a better fit to take the elder role, or the elder character, or the elder person of the tiger character. He would have been a better fit, as the resemblance should be respected. Those bold eyes, they're striking, right? What do you think? Did you see that too? First, to ask a question: did life really deal with Tunde? Let me take you back to the scene. I mean, Tunde didn't appear like someone who has been suffering in a long time. He looked very healthy and fit, clean shaved and all the like. It was more like a character who just decided to change clothes, say, imagine of the clothes fitting inside the kind of condition. It was more like a character who just decided to change clothes and pretend to have been struggling all these years. I really suggest Tunde should have undergone some diet change, to fit in as a character that life has really dealt with. Perhaps looking cranky, and his mental state obviously clear to Tega that, oh my guy, this guy don't really suffer. My guy really went through a lot. That kind of condition. For him to maintain the composure of being mentally stable. Wait, for him to like maintain that composure of being mentally stable, it's something I personally find awkward. Don't you think? I mean, guy should have been less competent, should have been less competent, considering how long he has not been practicing software development for 10 years. He has not been practicing software development for 10 years. Chai, what do you think? How can you not be practicing a skill for 10 years and still turn up to be super in the field? Today, I really genius. So today was a genius, or he's a genius in the movie. What do you think? I find that really off. Another point I really find off, it's the police officer should be sacked. I don't know if it's a DPO. I mean, it's this police officer who came in one scene. What's that scene? The supposed murder scene. When Auntie Fola just disappeared like that, what's up with it? No last scene, she just disappeared like that, like Nepal. The police officer should be sacked. Why? Another scene I find awkward was how no weapon was discovered. in a crime scene that led to the arrest of Tega, and the murder charges leveled on him. That murder charge was leveled on him just based on just one evidence, a stain of blood, claiming to come from Fola, or it was Fola's, and that's all. Guy was arrested, and some little testimonies that was leveled against him by his worker or his babysitter. Let us delve deep into the story, into the details. I question myself so hard if the police officer was actually playing along with Tunde. Why? Because I was surprised. I was surprised towards the end that he had no shady dealings. The police officer had no shady dealing with Tunde, therefore labeling him as incompetent. How can you charge someone with murder based on just evidence of someone's blood on their t-shirt? How? The man should be sacked. I also felt like the house girl or caregiver had her palms bruised by Tunde as she emphasized on how her boss and madam had a fight again. They had a fight again.
They were having another fight.
Another fight? Meaning it was not the first time they were fighting?
No, sir. In fact, recently they've been fighting a lot.
Another part I find really, really, let me just say I predicted this part. It's a betrayal was obvious. A betrayal was obvious. When I watch movies and begin to predict what is coming next, it becomes comedy to me. It really becomes comedy to me. I could already predict the other parts of the movie, especially when I could already predict the other part of the movie, especially when Tunde stepped into the room and found Tega trying to recover from the drugged wine, and also understood that Fola had a hand in this. Why? She was indifferent at the wedding anniversary party. Did you notice that?
And of course,
she was just when
the most
they,
important reason why we're here tonight.
Her husband,
ladies and gentlemen,
really praised her,
wife,
giving a very significant speech, adoring her, and all she did was she was just all focused on eating meat, and I was trying to like fathom why she did that. It was obvious to me, and what really made me to get it more clearly was and Tunde had a dead face at some point when Tega addressed the crowd. Did you notice it? He had a dead face. All of these details gave clues of lack of interest. Now, lack of interest on the part of Fola, it gave the details and gave us clues of lack of interest, and that betrayal would soon fall on Tega. The betrayal part now, it's the look that Tunde, that gaze, Tunde was really not happy. It was clear. Go to that scene and you watch carefully, you discover that Tunde was clearly not happy with Tega. So, what would have made a person as myself not to predict the brain behind the betrayal would have been if Tunde never showed up at Tega's house that night. Are you seeing my point? If he never showed up, for me, I would not have predicted the rest of the movie. His appearance there made me to guess the rest of the movie, and I was right. He never would have showed up at Tega's house that night soon after the supposed murder occurring. My dear movie lovers, to be specific, in Nollywood movie lovers, another section, or let me say another scene that I found very, very odd. I don't know if you can guess the scene, but it is I really found the unrealistic security check at the prison. Let me be specific. You know, I also question the security that was installed in the prison scene. How? Specifically, that night when Tega and Roget decided to prison break, I mean, how did they disappear from behind the drum? I'm going to pop up the scene so that you can see. How how did they disappear from behind the drum with a flashlight clearly visible on the drum? How how did they vanish? Did they teleport? Because later the scene revealed them hiding behind, I don't know, was it a door or something? I wondered if they teleported. I mean, how did they disappear from behind the drum with a flashlight clearly visible on the drum? How did they really do that? I mean, it's super odd to me. I suggest a complete blackout would have been made to facilitate the transition, would have been made to facilitate their transition from that spot, or that the battery of the security torchlight mysteriously went dead. What do you think? You cannot be having a flashlight on the target and not find anything. That light was not off, it didn't go off. It was so off. You cannot be having a flashlight on the target and not find anything. Did you question that as well? Did you question that? I'm sure you're looking at the screen right now. That let me know in the comment section, movie lovers. Let me know sincerely your thoughts on this particular scene. I found that really off. Also, how long did Rocket take to drill a hole on the fence and no security guard found out? How many days did he use to dig that hole and no security guard found out? The bag of cement on the wall was enough clues to make the security guards or warders find out why they were placed there. I don't know if you had that same thought. I mean, it would have given them enough reason to ask questions. Why is this back here? It's been here for long. It has not been here. Were they the one who put that bag of cement and also the palm branches? Including the palm branches. I find that way too odd. Now, what do you suggest